guys, it's Miss Foltz here again, and in today's video, I am going to explain to you how to organize your questions, how to combine them if you have quite a few, and how to create topic sentences. All right, so where we left off is somewhere around here. We left off somewhere around here. Where you selected a side and then you came up with a list of questions that you would need to ask yourself in order to prove your side of the argument. So in order for me to prove that local high schools shouldn't have soda machines, we don't want soda machines anywhere near a high school, at least for students, these are the questions that I need to ask. Now, if you take a look at these questions, you're going to see where some of them are very similar to each other. For example, numbers 5, 6, and 7, what are the negative effects of sodas on students in number 5, schools in number 6, and parents in number 7. So some of those are very broad, so you could argue that these three maybe belong somewhere above the first 4 because the first 4 go into more detail. So in that case, I might go ahead and just kind of copy these and paste them up here somewhere, just so we can elaborate on them in 4 through 7. So the first question, if we're looking here, maybe I will put them in bullet points so we don't get confused. So this question, how much do sodas or soda machines cost? Now, in particular, I could think that this is a negative effect because this could be a negative effect both on parents, right? Because if parents are having to shell out money every day for their kids to purchase a soda, or in some cases 2 or 3 based on how many children they have. It also could have a negative effect, or let's see, they could also cost schools money, although that might be a positive. They could, so maybe we won't think about that, but they could cost students money if maybe you have a junior or senior or even a sophomore who has a job and they're having to shell out money. So, so this one could be a more detailed version of any of the first 3. So maybe we'll leave that one for now. The next question, what habits could this lead to? All right, so habits. This is going to be a habit for a student. So maybe the habits could create like an addiction to caffeine, or maybe even obesity. So some negative eating habits and some negative consumption habits there. So maybe we'll leave that one as well because you can't really combine the first 2. The third one, how would soda machines impact a high school, for example? They could cost students money, which kind of goes in with the cost, as well as distractions. So maybe when it comes to money, we delete that one. But I do see, just kind of jumping ahead, where perhaps I could combine numbers 3 and number 4. Number 3, how would soda machines impact a high school in terms of distraction, right? Because if students want to get out of class to go buy a soda. And also, why would parents be against soda machines? Well, parents may not like that their students are taking time away from class. This also could be why teachers don't like soda machines. So maybe we could kind of tweak this question and instead talk about or maybe we could ask, how could soda machines, or what type, maybe we'll kind of tweak that. What type of distractions could soda machines cause? And there, that one kind of ties in numbers 3 and number 4 into a nice little bubble. And you could even elaborate on the negative effects. You could think about long-term effects. Long-term effects in terms of grades, as well as maybe your attention span. All right, so one thing I do want to point out here is that even though you have 3 questions here, you are not committed to these questions, which means that you're going to find more often than not that you start off with a plan, and then as you start to research and you start to discover more information, your plan's probably going to be changed just a little bit based on what you find and the type of information that's available for you. So oftentimes your questions may change a little bit, and that's perfectly fine. I just need you to have at this point a starting point. I need you to have something to keep your eyes peeled for, if you will. Also, while we're looking at these questions, it's important that maybe we order them. And I like to order them based on importance, but I also like to think about logistics, like logically which question should go first, second, and third. So let's see, how much do soda machines cost, or sodas cost? What habits could these sodas lead to, and what type of distractions could soda machines cause? So in this case, these three seem to be in a pretty good order to me. You could, again, kind of move them based on perception and importance. But just for now, I'm probably going to leave these questions in the order that they are, and that was just completely random that they happen to be in this order. So now that I have my questions, I've come up with 3. Now I need to generate topic sentences. So if you'll remember, a topic sentence has a transition, and so transition, and it's going to tell me what the paragraph is about. So paragraph, topic. All right, now when it comes to transition words, I do not want you guys to use first, comma, second, comma, third, comma, because we're trying to move away from that. If you did that last year in 9th grade, that is perfectly fine. We're just trying to kind of refine our skills a little bit more. So in the previous page, I did link a website that could help you come up with some transition words. If you need them, if you need some ideas. Now it does say first, second, third here, which again, those are transition words, but we are just trying to move further away from those, just to refine our skills a little bit. So be sure and take a look at this. Now, if you like starting off with first off or initially, that's perfectly fine. Just try not to follow it with second and third again. So maybe we could start off with most importantly, or you could start off with initially based on the order, and again, the most importantly based on the order that you put your questions. If you deemed that your most important question should go first, most importantly works. You also could maybe start with beginning. First off. Again, you can say first off, just try not to follow it with second and third. Now, I'm going to start with initially. I like that, and I've got an indent, right? So initially, comma. And if my first question is, how much do sodas or soda machines cost? Now, at this point, I don't have the answer to my question. So I'm going to have to come up with a very vague, generic answer to that. So I am going to say initially, sodas can quickly become pricey for parents and students, right? Because that definitely is the case. Sorry, forgot my E. Now, for my second topic sentence, what habits could this lead to? So first off, I need another transition word. I could say additionally. I could say moreover. I could say elaborating. Or I could go back to my transition page and come up with some different options. But I'm just going to go with moreover. So moreover. Soda machine trips, right? Trips to the soda machine. Soda machine trips quickly lead to a variety of negative or maybe maybe not negative, a variety of soda machine trips quickly lead to a variety of bad habits. And again, you know, once we start editing, we can get rid of some of our weaker baby terms, if you will. But just for now, you know, I might highlight it just to draw my eye to it when I start writing. Now for my last body paragraph, I could say most importantly. Now, I want to point this out that if you say most importantly in your first body paragraph transition, you probably don't want to use it in your third, but you know, I've definitely heard the argument where you start with your strongest argument and you end with your weakest one, or vice versa. So I think that's all about perspective. So, you know, just think about the order in which you listed your questions for that one. Another transition, you could say finally. You could say last but not least. Again, or you can go back and look at some of your transitions on the page I linked. I am going to go with last but not least. And let's see, my topic is that soda machines cause some negative effects and cause some distractions. Soda machines easily distract students. All right, so here I have went ahead and made my first steps in writing my paragraphs. So I have one of my sentences completed for each of my body paragraphs, but again, these sentences might change a little bit based on the research that you find, so do keep that in mind, and it's not terrible if it does. I just wanted you guys to have a starting point. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm just a Zoom call away. Have a great day.